Buckle up, folks, because the saga between Elon Musk and Donald Trump has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride through the wilds of American politics, tech innovation, and those larger than life egos that seem to define our era. It all kicked off like a blockbuster movie script. Two titans spotting each other across a crowded room, realizing they could reshape the world if they teamed up. Remember back in those heated election days? Elon, the rocket-launching, meme-slinging visionary from South Africa who built empires out of electric cars and reusable spacecraft, looked at Trump, the brash New York real estate mogul turned political disruptor, and saw a kindred spirit in shaking up the status quo. Trump, fresh off his own battles with the establishment, saw in Elon not just a billionaire backer, but a fellow outsider who could bring Silicon Valley's swagger to the heartland hustle. Their bromance ignited fast. Elon poured nearly $300 million into Trump's campaign coffers, turning what could have been a tight race into a landslide victory parade. In return, Trump handed Elon the keys to the kingdom, a seat at the big table in the Oval Office, the reins to a new Department of Government Efficiency, DOE, as they cheekily called it, armed with a chainsaw to hack away at bureaucratic bloat. Elon swung that thing like a pro, slashing red tape, proposing wild ideas to streamline federal spending, and even unlocking doors to the financial world with promises of regulatory relief for Tesla's autonomous dreams and SpaceX's Mars ambitions. It was electric. Pun intended, these two alpha males high-fiving over shared gripes about woke culture, government waste, and the deep state that both swore was out to get them. Trump would tweet, well, Truth Social it, praising Elon's genius, calling him the smartest guy in the room, while Elon retweeted May memes and hyped Trump's America First agenda like it was the next big software update. Their partnership felt unbreakable, a fusion of old school bravado and futuristic flair that had the media buzzing and the base roaring. Elon even joked about colonizing Mars under Trump's flag, and Trump floated ideas of electric limos for the presidential fleet. It was the ultimate power duo, one with the Oval Office clout, the other with billions in batteries and bots. But here's where the plot thickens, because nothing in Washington stays golden forever, and egos like these, they're primed for fireworks. Cracks started spiderwebbing early. Subtle at first, like Elon's globalist leanings clashing with Trump's protectionist tariffs. Elon, who'd voted for Clinton and Biden back in the day, built Tesla on Chinese supply chains and dreamed of a borderless tech utopia, while Trump's mega-faithful chanted for oil rigs and trade walls. Steve Bannon, that grizzled populist warrior, had been side-eyeing Elon for years, dubbing him a techno-feudalist, overlord who'd sooner lord over serfs in a cyber dystopia than flip burgers at a Heartland diner. Tension simmered when Trump dusted off his tariff playbook, championed by firebrand Peter Navarro, whom Elon dismissed as dumber than a sack of bricks in a late-night X rant. But oh boy, it all detonated over that big, beautiful bill, the one Trump touted as the greatest spending cut in U.S. history, a masterpiece of fiscal restraint wrapped in red, white, and blue. Elon, from his digital throne on X, blasted it as a massive, outrageous, pork-filled abomination, shaming backers left and right for betraying the DOE mission. Trump, never one to eat a tweet for breakfast without spitting it out, fired back from the Oval, Elon, and I had a great relationship. I don't know if it will anymore. He preferred the barbs aimed at him personally, not his precious legislation. Elon doubled down, admitting he hadn't even cracked the bill open, but tossing out curveballs like starting a new political party to drain the swamp for real. Trump hit Truth Social hardy. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I killed his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars nobody wanted, and he went crazy. Then the threats flew, Trump musing about yanking Elon's juicy government subsidies and SpaceX contracts, quipping he was shocked Biden hadn't done it sooner. Elon, not backing an inch, dropped a nuclear option on X, linking Trump to the Epstein files with zero receipts, just pure provocation. Washington lit up like a Tesla coil. Analysts called it chickens roosting, emotions boiling over in a cauldron of frustration and half-baked jabs. Two colossal egos, maybe a dash of narcissism, colliding like Cybertrucks in a demolition derby. Bannon piled on, pushing probes into Elon's rumored party favors, while whispers of impeachment funding from Elon's war chest echoed through the halls. It was classic Trump romance of stratospheric highs crashing into bitter lows, with Trump shrugging it off as Trump derangement syndrome for the ages. The feud had everyone glued, pundits parsing posts, insiders leaking like sieves, and the base picking sides in this billionaire bloodbath. But hold on to your seats, because just when it seemed these two were headed for mutually assured destruction, fate, or maybe divine intervention threw a curveball in the form of tragedy, pulling them back from the brink in the most unexpected way imaginable. Enter the Charlie Kirk Memorial, that heart-wrenching gathering under the autumn skies of 2025, where the nation paused to honor a fallen warrior whose light had flickered out far too soon at just 31. Charlie wasn't just any voice. He was the spark that lit Turning Point USA into a bonfire for conservatism, faith, and unfiltered truth, a beacon in the fog of cultural decay. And it was there, amid the tears and tributes, that Elon and Trump found their way back to each other, reconciliation blooming like a fragile flower in the shadow of loss. Picture the scene: a sea of young faces, red-eyed but resolute, gathered in a vast auditorium draped in American flags and crosses, the air thick with hymns and heartfelt stories. Trump takes the stage first, his voice gravelly with emotion, not the bombast of rallies, but the raw timbre of a man who stared down death in his own family. He speaks of Charlie not as a politico, but as a brother-in-arms, a citizen soldier who traded West Point dreams for the battlefield of ideas, armored in Ephesians' full plate of God. Charlie lived boldly, fearlessly, Trump says, his eyes scanning the crowd, landing briefly on Elon in the front row, a silent nod passing between them like an old code. Elon, usually glued to his phone, sits stone still, his trademark smirk softened by sorrow, tweedling thumbs for once in stillness. Trump weaves in tales of heroism, battlefields he's seen, soldiers in camo risking it all, but elevates Charlie's to something purer, no uniform needed, just a heart surrendered to the Almighty, a tent and mic as weapons against the gates of hell. The crowd murmurs amen, and as Trump recounts Charlie's campus conquests, storming groupthink citadels like Paul with the gospel, you see Elon's shoulders ease, that guarded intensity melting into shared reverence. It's subtle at first, a handshake during a break, Trump's meaty paw engulfing Elon's slender one, words exchanged too low for mex but high in import, apologies wrapped in admiration, the bill forgotten in the face of eternity. Then Elon rises, unscripted, his voice that clip baritone cutting through the hush like a Falcon 9 launch. He doesn't drone on about tech or tariffs. Instead, he echoes Trump's faith thread, admitting Charlie's fire reminded him of his own lapsed Anglican roots, how surrender to a higher power might just be the ultimate efficiency hack. Charlie showed us truth is an algorithm. Elon says, glancing at Trump with a wry half grin, it's a flame that burns through the noise. The audience leans in, sensing the thaw. Two men who'd slung digital daggers now united in eulogy, their egos bowed before a greater cause. Trump nods vigorously, later pulling Elon aside for a longer talk under the memorial tent, where stars wheel overhead like God's own light show. They hash it out, not with barbs, but bridges Elon's global dreams tempered by Trump's national grit. Tariffs tweak it for Tesla's sake, DOG revived with fresh pork, free vigor. Bannon lurks in the shadows, smirking approval, while young turning pointers snap pics. The feud meme I-fied into forgiveness overnight. It's profound, this pivot. Charlie's legacy as matchmaker, his 31 years a catalyst for healing what politics tore asunder. Trump reflects later, off mic on his brother Fred's ghost, how loss carves holes we grow around, and how Charlie's void pulled him and Elon closer, weaving their frayed bond anew. Elon posts a rare X-Thread post event, a photo of the duo with Charlie's portrait, caption, "Well done, good servant, let's finish the race together." The base erupts in cheers, Washington exhales, and the nation glimpses hope that even in division's din, faith and conversation can mend the unbreakable. So, as we honor Charlie, his boldness, his free speech fervor, his Christ-centered charge, let's take his Q talk real, listen hard, put purpose first. Live like him, light up the dark, and remember, in the end, truth wins if we let it. God bless Charlie's memory, and God bless this renewed alliance that's got us all believing again.